Okay, in this second part of section 1, we're going to look at writing exponential, and that's a typo there on your packet, but exponential equations from a graph. And I give you a little hint here. You're going to have to choose 2 points from the graph. One of those points is always going to have to be 0 and then whatever A is, which is going to be your y-intercept, because we're going to need to know what A is. Now, it's pretty easy if it crosses at a grid intersection point at an integer. And so we're going to do number 20 here. We're going to choose 2 points. So notice I'm going to choose my point right here where it crosses, which is 0, 3. And then I'm going to pick another point, and I got to go where it has a grid intersection. So I could pick, for instance, I could pick this point right here, which would be -1, 6. I could go up here and pick -2, 12. I could do either of these points. The key thing is I've got to use the y-intercept point. And my general form of the equation is y equals a times b to the power of x. I'm going to use -212. I could have used -1, 6, but let's go through and do this. Remember, this value is a right here, the y-intercept. So we're going to put 3 right in here. The other point that I pick, which I'm using -212, I'm going to pick x and y. So I've got times b to the -2nd power equals y, which is 12. Now you're going to solve this for b. Okay? So the first step is always to divide by whatever this number is. So I get my b to the power alone. In this case we got a negative exponent, and we'll have to learn how to deal with that here in a second. But we're going to divide by 3. Okay, so right now, here's what I have. 4 is equal to b to the -2nd power. Now I want you to think about how you make an exponent positive. Okay, you move it down. So if this is like b to the -2nd, I would move that down and make it b to the 2nd on the top. So if I take and move this down, it's 1 over b to the 2nd equals 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a proportion. So it's 4 over 1. Now, how do you solve a proportion? I cross multiply and divide. So it's 4 times b squared, so 4b squared if I go this way, equals 1 if I go this way, 1 times 1. I'm going to divide by 4 first before I square root it. So b squared is 1/4. Now I do the square root of each side, and I'm going to come over here. I'll get b equals, technically you get positive and negative. I do the square root of 1 and the square root of 4, which is 1/2. Now, we cannot have b be a negative number. The base in exponential functions is never negative, so we're only going to look at positive 1/2. So b is 1/2, and we know that a is 3, so I'm going to write my exponential function at the end. So my final answer, I don't just give what b is y equals a, which is 3, times 1/2, and I like to put that in parentheses, to the power of x. So to help me find b, I had to put in another point besides my y-intercept point for x and y. But at the end I want to write the equation, and notice this was an exponential decay graph, and so our b should be between 0 and 1.